face on social media that it's Friday the 13th. It's a full moon and it's December. So it's the teacher terrible trifecta or something like that. I completely understand that thinking, because the closer we get to Christmas, the more excited the kids are getting, and they have a little harder time maintaining themselves. That's so true. So that's why you got to work just a little harder, have a little more patience. Yeah. Today, you can see I'm wearing my little elfie hat with the jingle bells. Pikachu hates this hat because he's afraid of bells. He does not like them. They remind him of his collar, which apparently reminds him of going to the vet, I guess. I don't know. I'm just assuming. Because anytime you have anything jingly on, he gets really big eyes and runs away and hides. So he was not my friend this morning when I put my hat on. I waited till I was about to walk out the door though, so that's good. This morning, my kids have music, and after music, we're going to be jumping into our Grinchy math after I let the two groups finish their comprehension things from yesterday. So the other students will be working on something else while those finish up. So they only have probably 2 more activities that they need to do, so I can help with that. And the other ones I think are going to work on their book recommendations for their AR. So everyone will be doing those. That's part of our thing. They do a book recommendation, and they have to fill out information about the book that goes with our whatever quarterly skills we've been working on, and it kind of counts as part of their goal. So they're going to get to choose whatever book that they have read that they really liked, they would recommend for someone else to read. I'm going to ask that all the students to take an AR quiz on how the Grinch stole Christmas and see how they do on that, because they should have really good comprehension on that after hearing it and also working through the activities where they had to think about the different components of it. So I'd like to see how they're going to do on that. I have 2 students who are not at their goal, so that will help their point value go up. But also, I wanted to see how everyone did on it to see how they comprehended the story. So I'm going to have them do that sometime through the day, or maybe even next week a little bit. I think everyone could take the quiz today. So I just need to put up the quiz number on the board so they can do that. We read a couple more stories yesterday that our elf brought us. We read Santa Duck. Oh my gosh, I don't even remember having that book, really. I don't even remember reading it. Apparently I did at least once, because there was a sticky note on a page, apparently, where I got stopped and never went back to it. So it is so cute. If you have never read Santa Duck, you should totally read it to your class, or find it on YouTube, because seriously, it's so cute. And it's not very long. So it's just a fun little throw it in there for enjoyment and entertainment. The other one we read was the little old lady who swallowed a bell. And of course that goes along with all the other little old lady ones. That is great for sequencing. If you're working on sequencing a story and retelling a story or summarizing a story, those little old lady books are great for that, because they have to remember the sequence of events and they can put them in order. Next week, we're going to be doing our assessments, and so one of them is basically that. It's a story map, character, so the main character, setting, problem solution, and then sequencing the story. So we're going to use the Gingerbread Man, the original Gingerbread Man. So I will reread that story 2 times to them to get all the other ones out of their head, because we have read several different versions, so that we can compare and contrast different versions of the same story. We've been working on that quite a bit. I did that with my construction thing right after Halloween. That was Veterans Day week, but that was a while ago, and I wanted to work on it again. So that's why we've been reading those. We've been talking about the similarities and differences of those stories, which it's really cool. The different versions that I've read. I have so many gingerbread stories, because in 1st grade we did a gingerbread review, which was a musical that we did in our grade level. Just the teachers. The music teacher was not involved in that. So we even had costumes that parents made. We had a big gingerbread house that one of the parents built, and it was really cool. So I don't do that anymore because I'm in 2nd grade, but the teacher that originally brought the idea to 1st grade moved to kindergarten, and she just did it yesterday with her little kinders, and I'm sure it was so cute. So one of the teachers that I work with her little girl is in that class, and so she got to be in it, and she went and got to see her little girl be in the gingerbread review. So cute. Hopefully somebody filmed some of it so they can share that with us so we can see the cuteness. But if not, it's just a great memory in their brains. Today's agenda, we have music, then we're coming back and working on the rest of our comprehension breakout. Students will be working on book reviews, doing an AR quiz on how the Grinch stole Christmas. Then we'll start on our math Grinchiness. So I'll show you my classroom a little bit more after I set up the math problems. I just need to put them on the desks. I think I've decided I'm not going to cover the desks with anything, just because for one thing, if you put tablecloths on them and you have an activity on the desk, they tend to lean on it and put their things down on it and write and things, and it just rips up the tablecloths. There's really no point. And I want to be able to tape down the math, I guess mats is what you could call them, because I laminated all the problems full size, so that will be on the desk for what they're supposed to solve. So it'll just be better if I don't have anything on the desk. It'd be cuter with something, but I'm being more practical. And so after that, we should have, probably in between finishing that, we'll have the assembly. So we'll do that until the assembly time, go to the assembly, come back, finish that up. And by then it'll probably be close to lunchtime. So then we'll go to lunch. After lunch, we'll do our Christmas tree building with cups STEM activity, where they have to try to build the tallest Christmas tree after making a design. And my cups, for some reason I left them in my bin, so they just keep going back and forth with me. Home, school, home and school. So that's okay, at least I have them with me. What else are we doing? Then we have our awesome reading teacher coming to do her co-teaching lesson on personal narratives. So I think today she's going to share one of her personal stories with us, which is good because we're not completely done with ours. We have done the brainstorming and thought about what we want to write about, but we haven't begun a draft. And I know that sounds like, oh my gosh, it's really late. Yes, I did start really late, but I feel like personal narratives are easier for the kids because it's just what happened in their story. So the biggest thing is narrowing it down to one little moment, one small special moment, not a memoir of your life up to now, but one special memory that you have, like one day doing something, or one special birthday party, or one special vacation memory. So when she tells her story, that will give them a better idea of how to start their draft, and then we will be working on that next week and finishing it up. But we can finish it up in January when we come back if we need to. I'd rather not, because it'll be 2 weeks after they started it and they may not remember what they're talking about. But yeah, so my goal is to get that done next week, because I think it's going to work out fine. Like I said, this has always been, for me anyway, like the easiest one to teach, because everyone has a story they want to tell. They just have to narrow down which story to tell. Okay, I am almost at school. Ooh, and I'm on a very bumpy road, as you can see. So I'm gonna head into the parking lot here. I'm here super early. It's only 10 after 7. I'm here really early so I can get some things done. And then I'll feel like I have myself together. So first I'm gonna print some things. And I actually set my computer to print as soon as I open it. So I may just go into the workroom and do that right away, so that I can just grab it and go up to my room and I have to come back down at plan time. And I need to make a parent phone call. They requested that I call them about their student's poster. So apparently they have a question. So I'll be calling them during plan time. So that'll work out. Okay, I'm gonna head in and I'll try to check back in sometime like at lunch or after school and let you know how things are going. Good afternoon. It is after school and I just got finished with our district-wide meeting, and we had special auctions, and all the money that is collected will be donated to our local food bank, which helps our kids with the Buddy Pack program. So that's super exciting. That was fun. And one of our superintendents was the auctioneer. That was really interesting to see that. Takes a lot of talent to be an auctioneer. So I think now I'm gonna head to Target, maybe Walmart. Need to get just a few things. I need cat food and some really unexciting things. And then I'm going home because I'm tired.
You always hear me say that though, because I'm always tired. But today was a good day. It was very quick, it felt. Today just kind of zoomed by. We didn't quite finish our math review. I have a few groups of students that need to go do a few of the math station problems. And then I think most students finished about half of their Grow the Grinch's Heart book, which is all about comprehension. So they're having to answer questions about the story, and they're not given any multiple choice. They have to come up with the whole answer, and then they have to come check it with me. And every time they get one right, they get to color a piece of the Grinch's heart to grow his heart to full size. So, like I said, I think most students finished about half of them. There are 12 questions, and I just stuck them around the room so that they could look for them in between doing their math station. So if they're waiting to move to their next math station, they could go do the trivia questions and then check back in on their math station. And we did have a little bit of a bottleneck because a couple of different students ended up at the same math station at the same time. And I said, hey, tell you what, why don't you guys go grow your Grinch's heart and you guys do this math station. And then when you see they're gone, then you can come over and you can do your math station thing. So I think they got really involved doing the questions about the Grinch book, and they kind of forgot to keep track of if the people in front of them were done with that math station, and they got surpassed by the person that was behind them in the math stations. But that's okay. It doesn't really matter as long as they get them all done. They were kind of disappointed that they weren't able to finish today, but I told them it's okay. I'll leave everything set up for next week. We can continue on Monday. It's all right. So I will let them do that Monday. And that'll be something that we just finish. We'll kind of pick at. Most students are pretty far along. They only have a couple more to do. So I do want them to take their time and be accurate with their math. So we're practicing our double-digit addition with and without regrouping. And there was even one problem or two problems maybe where they had to do multiple double digits to add together. So that was something that we learned in our Go Math chapter 4. So I kind of mimicked the different lessons that we had in chapter 4 as a review so that they could do well whenever they do their report card test. So we'll be doing that next week after they have a chance to finish the review. I'm a little crooked in my parking space here, so I'm gonna get straightened out a little bit. I have not been to Target for a while, so it's hard telling what they have here. I know they don't have the cat food, so that's kind of sad, but I thought I'd just kind of poke around real quick and then run to Walmart and then go home. So if I find anything cool, I'll be sure and tell you. But there really isn't much of anything to tell you about today because basically we read for AR. I had them all take an AR quiz on the Grinch Who Stole Christmas because I wanted to see how they would do. I thought they would do really well, and that would boost their percentage too. And then they got to read with a partner for a little bit, which was fun, while the other ones were finishing up the things from yesterday that they didn't get to finish. So all of them completed their comprehension breakout, and they got to get their little candy cane treat, and they were very excited about that. And then when we came back from our assembly, I think is when we were ready to start the math thing. So we didn't start it quite as early as I wanted. If we had started right away, we would have gotten done, but I was kind of figuring that we would finish the comprehension thing yesterday, and like I said, a couple didn't finish, but that's because they get pulled out for different things. So not their fault, they just weren't there as long to do it, but that's okay. They finished today and they were very excited. So everything worked out well. Okay, I'm gonna head in, see what I can find. See you in a little bit. All right, so I finished up my gift shopping for my teenies, and I got our favorite chicken tenders. They're the honey batter chicken tenders. They only have them at Target now. They'd never have had them at Walmart. I think I've only ever got them at Target. And now I'm trying to decide if I'm going to go to Walmart or not, because I just don't feel like it. I don't think I've gone straight home this entire week. No wonder I'm so tired all the time, huh? So hopefully next week, I can just go home and relax. That's okay. I can relax tomorrow. My husband and I have not done any Christmas shopping at all. we kind of know what we want to do. Well, the thing is, we don't have a lot of people that we have to buy for actually for Christmas Day. Our big extended family Christmas will be in January, and so we'll go shopping after Christmas for that. There's no point in spending the money now and having it sit there, unless there's just something that you have to have that they won't have later, which I can't think of anything. So we just do stocking stuffers for all the adults, and then for the kids, we get them a gift. But I've been doing something like an activity for them so that they can have something fun to do with their family rather than another toy, since I don't know what they're interested in. And they're all different ages, but like the babies, we'll do something for them, and then the school age kids, I'll make them like a science kit, and that'll be fun. I think they've liked the ones I've made in the past. I haven't heard anything otherwise, not that I would necessarily, but I think they're neat. I think it's kind of neat for them to be able to have something to do, because, you know, when your kids are home for Christmas, they get bored. You can't go outside if it's yucky out. So it's good to give them activities they can do. And I don't give them anything super messy to do. Anything that they do is going to have minimal cleanup required, so that's always good. So I think I'm going to get things for Grinch floats, which is lime sherbet and Sprite. I think I have Sprite at school, actually. So I'm not going to get the Sprite. I'll get the lime sherbet. And I think I'm going to get some spray whipped cream to make it fancy. And also some green sprinkles or some green sugar to put on top to make it fancy. I want to get some hot cocoa mix for our Polar Express day, because our school is going to see Polar Express. And that morning I'm going to do like Comprehension ELA activities with Polar Express. I think I'm going to do another Breakout. Yes, I'm crazy. My kids, I think, love them, and it's a great way to get them engaged and wanting to do the activities. So it's more practice with cause and effect and context clues and things like that. So I have Kori Markussen's Polar Express Breakout now, which, yes, I just did her Grinch Comprehension Breakout. Now I'm going to do the Polar Express one, because I was going to do Polar Express stuff anyway, and this will be a great way to keep them learning and also have some fun at the same time. And I've already printed the activities, so now I just need to laminate and cut like a maniac this weekend and get them all ready to go. So I cleaned up all of my Grinch activities. I emptied the boxes, I put the keys back, all that stuff, organized them all. Now I can do the other one, so that's good. Okay, I'm at Walmart. I'm gonna go get the things I need to get, and then I'm gonna go home because I am ready to just relax. I'll see you in a little bit. All right, done at Walmart. Now I'm heading home. They had sugar cookie Pop-Tarts. Have you ever tried sugar cookie Pop-Tarts? If you have not tried sugar cookie Pop-Tarts, my friend, you have not lived. They are amazing. So I'm serious when I say that I got 4 boxes. Because they only have them at this time of the year. And then around January, toward the end, they're gone forever until the next year. So not forever, but it seems like it. And I don't think we even found them at all last year. So you just never know. But I saw them and I went, I took a picture of them. I sent it to Caitlin. I said, look what I found. She's going to be so excited. I'm not even kidding. She'll be so excited. I'm excited. I like to have them with my morning coffee, or as a snack with hot cocoa, or just because. Yes, they taste like cookies. They're amazing. They're awesome. They're chewy. Yes, I highly recommend them. These, I think, have reindeer on them. Super cute. So go get some sugar cookie Pop-Tarts if you like sugar cookies and Pop-Tarts. You'll be in heaven. That was the best purchase that I've made in a very long time. I was so excited to see them. When I was getting the cat food, look what I did in my hand. Yeah, because I get a 44-pound bag of cat food for my outside cats. I get the special outdoor formula that has like special vitamins for their eyes so they can see at night better. And yes, the cart attacked me. Rude. That's all I can say. Rude. But, you know, if this is what it takes to feed my babies, small price to pay. I don't have any super big plans this weekend other than laminating till my eyes fall out or my fingers fall off, and then cutting said lamination so that I can do yet another breakout with my kids. Yes, because they will love it. I gotta think of some cute little way for the keys to be displayed. I will tell you though that when you're doing a breakout, some of your smart stinkers will try to figure out the code to get the key without actually doing the work. Surprising, right? No. I've run into that a few times. I go, oh, friend, let me see your work. And they're like, well, I didn't write anything down. I'm like, oh, well then, how in the world did you figure out this very complicated code? And they're like, yeah. So if you do a lockbox activity or a breakout or whatever you want to call them, have them come to you first to show you their work and show you the code that they came up with before they get to go get the key. Because otherwise, there's no point doing it at all because they won't learn anything. They're all in it for the prize. That's it. Oh, goodness. It's been a long week, but it's been a good week. That's just kind of how it is right now, I think, for everybody. We're tired and we're ready for break. And the kids are tired and they're ready for break. But they don't really want to be gone. You know, it's kind of it's a catch because they are going to miss their classmates and they're going to miss you, but they're also ready to not have to get up super early and have to do stuff. That's how I feel. I'll miss my kids, but I know they're going to have a good time with their families, and I know they'll come back with some great Christmas memories they can share, and then we'll all get kind of rejuvenated over the break. I always spend the first few days just kind of decompressing. And then, you know, I love to plan. I start planning stuff for January and February. So that's always fun. I always like to have a New Year party the first day that we come back so we can celebrate the New Year together. So obviously we can't do it at midnight. So we do a New Year party where we do an activity every hour through the whole day. Special thing. And then at noon, we toast the New Year with some Sprite in a little cup, and then we go to lunch because that's what my schedule is. So before I used to have lunch like 11:30, and we were back by the time we did our toast. Well, this year we'll have our toast and then we'll go to lunch. It'll work out really well. I think the kids will enjoy that. I give them the little party blowers so they can go woo when it's New Year, and they get to do some fun activities to kind of get them back in the groove of school that first day. Plus, I'm sure we'll be doing a rehash of expectations, the school-wide ones like we did at the beginning of the year. So they'll probably do like the stations where they go around to the different areas to be reminded how they're expected to behave. So when I get home, I'm going to put the things away that I got at the stores, and then I'll feed all my cats, and I'll get into my jammies, and I'll take out my contacts and relax. I hope that you had a really good week with your kids. And if you're not a teacher, I hope you had a really good week with whatever you were doing. And I will talk to you again